We finally get the trailer for Snow White. And I gotta say, I'm not going to see it. I'm not interested. There's two reasons. Number one, I already seen Snow White. I will go watch Disney productions when they actually make something new. They used to have magic. They used to create interesting stories. There are so many stories in folklore right now. I mean, you can just look at the Brothers Grimm. There's Hans Andersen. There's a lot of folklore going around. They can literally just pick one and create a new IP. But for the last couple of years, they flat out refuse. I have no idea why they refuse to do it. I suspect that they can't. I suspect that they hired some of the most incompetent people in the world, and they lack the imagination and the creativity to build a new IP. And it's kind of sad because I think kids deserve better. I think the young generation actually deserves better entertainment than this shit. And until all of us decide to stop watching remakes, until all of us decide to stop watching live adaptation, they're going to keep doing it. And take into account that kids don't have money. I don't care if this shit is for kids. Adults give money to kids, or adults bring kids to the cinema. So if you have a child, refuse to go and see this. Because Disney needs to get the message. We are sick and tired. I don't give a shit about their IPs. It's like, oh, they're going to lose their IP. How does that affect me? No. I want you to start making original content. The last original content that they made is Frozen, isn't it? When was that? How many years ago was it? Am I wrong? Did they make something else after Frozen? I know they made Frozen 2, but it's a sequel, so it doesn't count. So I'm sick and tired of these live adaptations, which, by the way, are there to actually subvert the original meaning of the story. We're going to go to that in a little bit. But the second reason that I don't want to see it is because the actress itself insulted me. Why should I give money if she insulted me? She had very disparaging things to say to Trump supporters. Some of my friends are Trump supporters. So now it's very difficult for me to give money knowing that they hired a person that hates me. Very difficult for me to justify giving money to such a person. At the end of the day, they're the ones that have to sell me the movie. I don't have any responsibility of buying it, moral or otherwise. So these are the two reasons. Number one, they hired the cheeky little shit as an actor. And number two, it's a remake. Well, it's a live adaptation. But same thing, right? There's no need to make a live adaptation. Now, how they subvert this? Well, first of all, I'm willing to bet 100% they're not going to do the happy ever after with, the prince saving the princess. No, there is no fucking way that 2024 Disney is going to focus on heteronormativity. I haven't seen the movie, but I would be shocked. No, I'm serious. I will be surprised if they cast the prince as a competent, strong man that's a role model for young boys and future husbands. If anything, the prince may be a bumbling idiot, going to be the butt end of all jokes. Hopefully I'm wrong. But I don't think Disney can create male characters anymore that are masculine and they are a role model. The only ones that can do it right now are Japan. Everyone else in the West seems to be incompetent. And even women are bad role models if you think about it. Most of the women that are in the West, they're created to be obnoxious. None of the characters they make are wholesome. None of them have an ounce of sensuality. None of them ooze even a little bit of femininity. Because the only thing that Hollywood and Disney know how to make is the girl boss archetype. The I need no man type of woman. Incredibly obnoxious personality that even other women don't want to be around. So they're incredibly bad role models. And then is the subversion, right? I noticed that in this particular movie, they cast Rachel Ziegler as Snow White. And they're also casting Gal Gadot as the Queen. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wouldn't it make sense if the roles were reversed? Who's the imbecile that made this casting choice? There is no way why you wouldn't cast Gal Gadot as Snow White and Rachel Ziegler as the Queen. Hell, it would even work. Like, I might even go to see the movie just because I hate the personality of the actress. I like Gal Gadot, and I hate Rachel Ziegler because she insulted me, so I would actually go see in order to see the evil queen getting defeated, right? But then you realize why they made this casting choice. It's because they're trying to subvert the fairy tale, right? This is a fairy tale for femininity. This is what people in medieval time would tell
The people
girls.
need some kindness.
Shut up, you don't need shit. This is the fairy tale that in medieval time our ancestors would tell girls. So, like, it reinforces the gender stereotypes. And they believe, like, they convince themselves that the gender stereotypes are evil and they have to be dismantled, whether you like it or not. So the idea is that it talks about the vanity between women, right? Like, it's a story that's supposed to teach a moral lesson so that girls do not feel envy towards other women. Like the evil queen, she was beautiful, but because she was jealous of Snow White is why she actually ends up losing. Like, she could have had a normal life had she just minded her own business, but like, because she wanted to be more beautiful than Snow White and her jealousy led her down the path of damnation. That is the essence of the story, right? But they're going to subvert that. And it's not going to be about beauty. Now they're making it about fairness, which it's true. It's like how it's presented in the story, but like the concept of fairness in the story is heavily implied that it's about beauty. But they're going to probably talk about, you know, the spirit, and they're going to do like anything else besides like keep the original story intact. And take into account that Disney also found it very problematic that the prince rescues Snow White. They believe that's rape culture because he kissed without consent and some shit like that. So I have absolutely no faith that they're going to even, I wouldn't say respect the source material. I don't think they can understand the source material. I think they're way past like even understanding shit that 5-year-olds used to get 100 years ago. But they're incredibly arrogant, right? So like it's going to be a complete subversion of the story, and this is how I'm telling. It's just by the casting, because it doesn't make any type of sense. Like, why would you cast Rachel Ziegler as Snow White and Gal Gadot as the Queen? Like, if anyone can answer me this, in what world does it make sense? Because like you already have the actors, right? Like they already signed the contract, so like you could have casted them any way you wanted. And it's probably like the story is going to have like some modern takes. It's like, oh, well, now it's about the kingdom. It's about the people. It's about social justice, right? It's not about like, oh, let's teach women not to hate each other, which is what the essence of the original story is. It's about subverting your expectations. And I have absolutely no desire in supporting expectations getting subverted with my body. I want to reinforce expectations. I like living in the world where the expectations remain the same. So anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.